Good morning, everyone. How you doing? How's everybody? Kvatch was first. Silver was second. KGB was third. Hello. KGB has redeemed scene change. It's not gonna happen for a little bit. We're just getting started. We're doing our morning stretches. Jess, good morning, good morning. We're doing another co-working session today because I find myself with lots to do. I started going through my my wreaths and my fake flowers to see about making new wreaths for the for sale and to use up stuff and get rid of it. Any money I make from those will go into a little savings thing to save money for the land. And maybe professionally get my printer repaired so that I can fucking print stuff. Got just driving my father-in-law to an appointment. Back spraying on chemo. Necromancer! Hey!
Necromancer
You got
Dark is
a dwarf
hosting
and
5
arcane.
guests.
Thank you, Necromancer. Well, it's a hype train. We all know what that means. You have to random shove the community. Because that's how we do things here.
Saiko is hosting 1 guests.
When people are generous, I have to be as generous as I can be back. Thank you, Necromancer. Fatch, I hope your father-in-law feels better. I know being on chemo really sucks. I can empathize. Or sympathize. I can sympathize? Which one is it? I haven't experienced it myself, but I understand. I know what kind of side effects it has. KGB, thank you for the gifted subs. God, guys,
KGB
my birthday's tomorrow.
S_S_S_S_S
Saber celebrating!
is hosting 2 guests.
Thank you. You're cleaning out your tether cupboard? Wait, what happened? What happened to your back, Fantasy? Hey, KGB, I'll change the scene for you as soon as we get into like doing some co-working. I just want, like, you know, the morning greetings and how you guys are doing. I gotta quickly go iron something so I can start hand sewing. I'm working on refurbishing my pants from last year into a pattern that I can use for pants this year. Camp from Mobile. Not Apple. Wait, what? I'm so confused. After you return to your lair? Okay. I'm so confused already. You guys confuse me. It's fine. Hold on. For some reason, I think my music was also playing at the same time as, like, ocean sounds, and can't have multiple streams of audio happening once here. Oh, closet full of things from the theater. Yeah, well, memories are like that. You know, going through like half-finished crafts that I did with my mom when I was younger that never got finished. Some of the wreaths are those. I've taken all of the little bits off of the ones that are just kind of... I'm pretty sure I made them because they're ass. They've just been sitting in the basement forever. So, I'm gonna fix those up and make them pretty with the skill that I have now. And I'm gonna sell them. Ow! That little group came afterwards. What was that? Neff. Good morning. That's for the hydrate. And the street. We will stretch just like our avatar a little bit. Maybe one day I'll have full body tracking and we can just do like yoga with Say or something. Will that be interesting? Just to become a yoga channel. Can't remember whether I took my meds. I think I did. I think I took them already. Yes. There's only 5 days left of meds, then I took them already. You know the deaths and dinos. I mean, sometimes it just helps to have somebody to do stuff with. I think I'd have to get better headphones because, like, the big over-the-ear headphones would fall out if I were to try and do, like, stretching or something. Which is why I like the co-working streams, too, because, like, I can get stuff done while working with you guys. And I need to do stuff with my hands right now. So, I have to go set up my ironing board and my iron and iron out some seams that I took apart. The fabric is all wonky, so that I can cut my fabric down so the pieces are the same size. Makes it easier to make pants when the pieces are the right shape, you know. Exactly, Neff. It's easier to go when you have a buddy and they're relying on you. The reason I'm so consistent with my streaming is because you guys are here. You guys are always here, and I appreciate it. Oh, we got such a fabulous emote guy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Mr. Brightside, hello. Lurking before bed. Are you a night shift person or are you an other side of the world person? It's 9 o'clock in the morning here. But welcome, thank you. We're having a chill co-working stream, so like we've got nice music and beautiful sounds. It's a great stream to sleep to, but it's also a great stream to get stuff done to. We've got the chill vibes and the like keep you awake vibes at the same time. Yeah, don't put your accountability on someone else. That is true. Yesterday I was in so much pain I was considering canceling stream, but I'm like, you know what? Everybody who shows up, I always make sure they're here on time. So even if I'm in pain, I can at least try my best. Never give up, never surrender. By Grapthar's Hammer. I hope some of you get that reference. I'm getting an extra gift for your birthday. No! I'm gonna have to make you a tea pet too. And make sure I make it to Conquest next year. Sorry, I'm just eating something. No. I have so few ways to reciprocate. Ah! Tesla's just confused about my waffling around here. thanks for the hydrate, man. And didn't even give you your previous hydrate. Hold on a sec. Drinking sugar-free soda after eating something that's relatively sweet. Bad idea. Look, you guys just showing up is a gift to me, alright? It's all I need. Just the support. Cora, we're doing the stretch. Another stretch. So many star shells, what can you use them on? A scene change, yeah, really. I made the scene change really expensive because I figured people have lots of star shells. Good morning, Cora. A scene change, and then more scene changes than I can handle. Ah! During Valentine's Day, I got some like little branches at the dollar store that have like hearts on the end of them, and I want to make them as like a little incubus heart headband with like pink horns and stuff. I think they're really cute. More scene change. Alright. So we ready for co-working today? Necromancer hasn't shown up yet. Well, Necromancer has shown up yet, but he hasn't said anything more about co-working. I mean, Necromancer's definitely shown up. Words are hard. Not ready for working? Oh, we can chat a bit longer. Tesla, have you got a crab? Tesla has a crab. We have these really cute, cat toys. Oh, I'll take a picture of it. I'll share it. They're a little bit wonk right now because they're very old. But they're the cutest gosh darn things in the world. And I love them. And we had two of them and I took one of them apart. I made a pattern from it. I'll put it in the pets channel since it's pet related. Bluetooth folding keyboard. Wow. Morning, Uthway. How you doing? And maybe I'll create a secret redeem for a lot of star shells at some point. I'm still thinking about what I can do. What did I want to do? I wanted to...
Necromancer Dark is hosting a guest. Welcome Yarmouthway to the island.
Yarmouthway. Thank you, Necromancer. Even sitting with cross legs does not type it. Work for typing in lap? Yeah. Or you have to do research on a Scottish city. Interesting. Oh, that's messed up ring as a turtle. You have to become good with the little screen keyboard. At least it's not like the old days where you have to like press the number a bunch of times to get the letter. Man. Texting in 2009 still was still... Before I got my smartphone in, I think I got my first one in 2011. I was late to the party, let's just say. I was still using keys on my phone. Nuggies. Hi. Who's my baby nugget? Come here. Ooh, I'm gonna smoke. By kitten I mean he's an old man, but he's fine. Are you gonna be 9 this year? Yeah, buddy. Are you an old man? Oh, Tesla is so old now. I don't even know what a T9 is. I know what a T9000 is. I don't want one of those. Why, he's a nugget. With the faintest of purrs. But he doesn't like the microphone in his face. Well, I hope you got some purrs. KGB. Bro, save your star shells. Alright. We'll go to the kitchen and we'll do some dishwashing. And here, how about we change to the ducky? He likes to do the dishes. We'll go to the Sakura ducky so he matches us. There, he has a spoon. Look at him. He has a spoon. Off you go, Tesla. Man, so many people can't do co-working today, and here I am, I'm like, co-working stream. I have the worst timing. Hold on, I'll bring up the crab on screen. Let's see, creating clipboard. And we'll quickly bring up art. Where's our art window? There's the crab. So that's the crab I was talking about. It's seen better days. But yes, our crab has seen better days. We had 2 of them. The other one is now in pieces, and I made a pattern for it, so I can make more crabs. And we also have a lobster. As a matter of fact, we have 2 lobsters. We'll be taking one apart to make a pattern of the lobster. And then I'm going to use like old towels and washcloths to make like sea stars and crabs and lobsters. Because, like, we have a whole bunch of really old towels and stuff that, like, they're not suitable to give away, but they would be perfectly fine for cat toys. And I can even use, like, the scrap bits to stuff them instead of actual, like, stuffing. Because they're fluffy, too. So, reusing stuff, so that there's less waste in the world, because they're not suitable to send to Value Village, and I don't need that many rags. But they're clean, they're just not nice anymore. And so, like, Value Village doesn't want them, and, like, even the shelters don't want them. But I can at least make cat toys out of them, because the cats will want them. And since they're 100% cotton, there's no risk to the kitties. Unlike these ones that are probably polyester. Will I embroider the little faces on them? Probably not. That's probably a little bit too much work. But, they'll still look cute without the faces, I think. But they're adorable, aren't they? So that's a plan that I have. I'll probably sell them on Etsy. So we ready for co-working yet? Except for Sass, who can't co-work. At least there's chill vibes and music. Also, when I was on call with Cap last night, I got the working names of the entire Yortrish series. I don't know what Yortrish is. Or is that your book? Okay. I haven't had a chance to really look at the forum, because I was doing lots of changes last night. As a matter of fact, I, changed the... Thanks for the hydrate. I changed the Crafters Union. We have the general forum and the dining hall, and then the rest are the library, the art studios, and crafters workshops. So for the library, it's kind of hard to explain, but like if you want a place where you want people to like know where all of your stuff is, you know, create one thread for that, and like, you know, workshopping and stuff for like just small things, you know. And if you have like a full series where like you want feedback, like for example, your Trish, you would create a thread for that. But like in the crafters workshops or in the art studios, you would just have one thread, and that's like your art thread. And for art, I put things like knitting and painting, crochet, I think sculpting. So I think sculpting might be in the crafters workshops. I'm still thinking of just combining them down to one. I'm not sure, but if there's anything I've missed, the Crafters Workshop has tags for like 3D printing and technomancy, which is like electronics. So like Raspberry Pi LEDs, Adafruit, you know, stuff like that. Thanks for the hydrate. Previous hydrate was from Death Sand. Hi, good morning. Didn't see you there. I was looking at the Discord for a second when you sent that, so I missed it. Drown the streamer! Ah! It's waterboarding time with Coke Zero. But yeah, if you guys have suggestions, please leave them in the suggestion box. The sink is right there, indeed. Oh, they've got a travel one coming out, and it's gonna be on a train, and there's a pigeon. There's a fucking pigeon. I love pigeons, by the way, if you didn't know. I like pigeons. Thanks for the hydrate, Dad. So I'm excited about the new DLC that's coming out. It's a train. It's awesome. I think it's really neat. All according to plan. The opinion of pigeons is correct. I do love pigeons. They're derp. Alright, since what do I wanna know? We're gonna go back to whisking since there was more scene changes than I can deal with. Thanks, right, Cora. Yes, I'm excited for the DLC. When it's coming, we don't know, but there will be a traveling scene on a train, which is really exciting. Man, I haven't done any baking in so long. Kind of miss it. I miss doing a lot of things, and like because of you guys, I've been doing so much more with my time. Like, I'm not even sleeping at weird times anymore because of stream lately. It's like everything that I've had to do. I've been feeling so much better, and I'm pretty sure it's mainly because of you guys. You're always encouraging me to do stuff, and I just want to say thank you for that again, as always. I'm actually getting shit done in my life. Things are improving thanks to you guys. Hopefully one day I will be able to return all of that gratitude in a way that's more than just words. Anyways, before I get sappy again. Cookies! I recently learned about, like, cookie presses. Like, they used to have, like, wooden ones for, like, printing designs on cookies. And I think those are neat. I wanted to find a cookie recipe that I could cook at camp and use like those Sakura cookie presses, but I need to find a gluten-free one because Kit can't eat gluten and I want him to enjoy cookies too. Yeah, cookie presses are neat. I only recently learned about them, so it was like, it was via Pinterest that I found them too, and it was just like, what are these? They look neat. I mean, just the wood carvings alone are like gorgeous to begin with. You could use them for so much more too than just cookies, like, yeah, clay and Sculpey and whatnot. We have a Dutch oven at camp, I'm pretty sure. There is some supplies at camp. No, not pattern rollers, they're just, presses. Like stamps. But there are some, like, kitchen supplies and stuff at camp that we can use. So I don't have to bring everything. I just wanted the little stove for myself because last year we were cooking on, like, a big open fire. See you later, Sass. And, my costume has very big sleeves, and cooking over a big open fire with very long sleeves is kind of dangerous. And even though my sleeves are detachable, they take a long time to reattach. Hence the strings on my shoulder. It's supposed to represent the detachable sleeves that I had. Well, no, it's just I wanted something smaller to cook on that was easier to run than, you know, big giant fire. It's also very wasteful in terms of fuel. So now I have the little Japanese alcohol burner stove thing that Necromancer got us. So, man, when it arrived and I pulled it out of the box, I felt like the black metal part was plastic because it's just aluminum. It was so light, and I was like, is this actually metal? And it's like coated. So, and had like the little circles from where the mold is, and they aren't like shaved off, so there's little sharp bits all over it. So I was like really worried that I was like, oh man, was I baited? Did I buy something shitty from Amazon? You know, did I pick a bad product? But no, it turns out that it's aluminum, so it'll dissipate the heat very quickly. It's a nice heat sink. Little tippy tabs. Little tippy tabs. Tippy tabs. Ah. Yeah, no, it's metal. It's metal, I checked. It recommends using like a Sterno can in it, but I don't think I can get a Sterno can in Germany, like I'm not sure. So I made myself one of those little soda can alcohol burners. And since I'm gonna have rubbing alcohol in my medical kit anyways, I can also use that as fuel for the stove. Because you don't need very much to boil a pot of water. Which is nice. Burn the alcohol. Yep. So I just have to test to make sure my little burner works. But it should, because I followed the instructions from like 3 different tutorials, putting them all together in a way that worked for me, the stuff that I had. And poor Tesla wants out of my room. So I think we're gonna move on into a co-working session now. And I'm gonna go set up my iron and my ironing board and get that thing ironed. And then I can come back and hand stitch these parts together to make sure they fit. Alright. So are we good? We good to co-work now? Now if we've got everything out of our system, we'll change the scenes. We'll go to the desk for once. Yeah, we go with writing. Our little duck is writing too. Bring up our timer. All ready. Yeah. Yeah. Off we go! Welcome back, Franz. How you doing? Was that a good co-working session? Did you get stuff done? I'm about to pin my two pieces together. Good morning, Conk. How you doing? Ugh, I hate sewing pins without the little like, balls on the end of them. Too easy to get lost. Found the part of Aberdeen. Oh. What you want to write about? Old Aberdeen. Ouch. I'm just gonna keep working while I talk to you guys here. Because I don't have as much time as I would like to make these pants. Necromancer!
Necromancer Dark is hosting 1 guests.
What are you doing, Necromancer? I'm being a silly man today. Thank you. As always, you know I'll always say thank you. Stop being generous! Oh my god! Exactly! I don't know what to do! Ugh. Ow. Thanks for the concussion, Death. Everybody unshrimp thine spines and give yourself a little stretch. My back is feeling quite a bit better today. I took a hot shower this morning at 6:30. I just woke up at 6:30 this morning. Yesterday morning, I woke up at 5:30, or more like closer to 5. I just laid in bed for a little while, but I got up at 5:30. And then the day before that, I woke up at 4:30. And I think it's because I'm going to bed half an hour later each day because I'm actually getting rest and sleep, so I'm like not as tired. It's kind of weird how that works. Soon I'll be on Germany time, just in time for Conquest. Just half an hour each day. Oh, that one stayed for a little while. Thanks for the hydrate, Cora. One side is getting sewn properly, and then the other side is probably going to get just a basting stitch to figure out whether it fits properly or not, but I think I've done a wrong thing here, and I cut these pieces out the same. That's reading Cora's highlighter. So, when making a pair of pants, we'll just, no, or whatever, we'll turn that off. We'll just use this as our thing here. This break's gonna be slightly longer, if I can find my pen. Here it is. So, when making a pair of pants, right, the pants aren't just gonna be the same on both sides. So the pattern pieces are actually quite a bit different, because when you look at a person, they're not built like a straight tube, right? You want the seam to always go down the middle of your pants, but people aren't shaped like that. People are shaped like they've got like a butt and a front, and then they've got the thigh, and then we've got our knee here, and then you've got the calf. This is very rough, okay? Right, and then of course you've got your waist. Just a thick butt for illustration, right? But you want your seam to always be straight down the middle, because that's what makes pants fit properly. The same thing with your waist. You want your waist to be straight, but because people have shape, your panels are going to be different, right? So just ignore the butt sketches out like that, right? Your pants will come down like this, and you want your cuff to also be straight, right? So when you look at the shape of this pant, you can see that these pieces are going to be quite a bit different. And not only that, but you know, give me this color back. Hey, this color, right? So you got your waist and your butt, and there's always a gap in the crotch, right? And then you've got your leggies, your thighs. Those also have shape. And then there's the back of the knee. Just represent that like that. And then it curves down like this, right? You got your heel here. There's your foot coming out the front there. Really terrible for shortening. Nothing is even. Right? So you've got your waist. And you've got your side seam. And then you've got straight cuff again, right? But now you've got this curve here. And then you've got space in the crotch. And then you've got this other side seam on the inside, right? It's called the inseam. And so, in reality, you're going to have a total of 4 pattern pieces. You can have 2 on the front and 2 on the back, right? Sorry. I'm a bad streamer. Okay. Scuff stream. Sorry about that. I thought I had turned it on. The theater of mind. Yeah, sorry. Also, hi Ross. I'm teaching about pants. One time I streamed myself and I didn't realize it was for 2 hours. Yeah, it's still embarrassing. So you just go back to Twitch school? Never, no more school. So yes. People aren't shaped like straight tubes. We've got lots of different shapes. So in reality, you're gonna have a total of 4 pattern pieces. You're gonna have 2 for the front, 2 for the back. Right? And because people have curves and it's hard to wrap flat things around curves, you're gonna have to you have to cut like darts and stuff so that they can wrap nicely over it, and those gaps will become closed, and it's called a dart. So the little triangle closes as you wrap the fabric over the piece. That's how we make pattern pieces, right? So your little triangle pieces will close as the fabric goes over top of it. Sometimes you have to like take fabric and you'll have to pinch it in as well. Instead of cutting a piece out, you'll have to, yeah. It's hard to explain. It's darts. So like most pants will have like a dart here and a dart in the front, and usually whatever you do to the front you have to do to the back in some way, and that's how you get the pull in from the waist. But like when you first make a pattern block for a pants piece, like the block's gonna look something kind of like this for the side seam. So that's actually a pant leg, and this is the crotch. And in order to get that pull in from the waist, you would have a dart right here, so that this whole thing pulls in. So this is the side seam. So that is that seam right there. And this is this side seam right here. So right now the pattern piece I'm working on is strictly for this area, but I've done the two pieces identical and they're just trapezoids like this. But my calf is, like, I have really huge calves, and then like the front of my leg is small, right? So if I just make them trapezoids, the side seam's probably gonna be like that. And not like straight like I want it to be. My stream is not perfect. I just spent like 5 minutes talking about pants without even being on the right screen. So, you know, there's that. So that's the basics of pants. The front pattern is going to be very similar to this one, but slightly different. Hello, Unstable One! Well, we're doing a co-working stream. I'm just teaching about, the mechanics of pants and making pants. So yeah, the pieces that I'm working with are identical pieces, so my seam's probably gonna be like this. So I'm probably gonna have to change that. But yeah. We'll just leave that and we'll go back to co-working. Clean the closet, not even down one shelf. Yeah, I fear having to deal with my closet when I move. Alright, we're gonna turn off the art layer this time. And because we had another scene change, so many scene changes, we're going to maybe hang out at the fireplace and do some typing. How about that? That works? So, as you can see, I made a mistake with the pants. Just this little pattern piece, but that's okay because I've got lots of extra practice fabric. You should contact someone in Aberdeen and ask them. Alright. I'm going to drop you guys in another co-working session. Unstable One, welcome to the chat and welcome to the island. I think you might be following, I'm not sure. But normally we do art Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. And today we're doing co-working because I have lots to do. I was retired from cooking, at least present for the time. What did you cook? Should a bard know how to juggle? Found me on juggling. I mean, why not? It's entertaining. Bards are entertainers. Having as many skills to entertain people as possible is actually really good, I think. For now, tomato sauce. Gluten-free, because my guts hate me otherwise. You know, most humans can't really handle gluten anyways. I think it's kind of like milk. A lot of people are actually gluten intolerant, and they just don't know it. And they're just like a lot of people are lactose intolerant, and they just don't know it. Tomato sauce sounds good though. Alright, off we go. More work. Welcome back, Franz. Oh, you're gonna lie down, Ross? Alright, I hope you feel better soon. Rest and relax. tidy up a little bit while we chain. And then we'll go back to doing something else. I think I figured out what I might do to fix my problem. Let's turn on the art window again. What is wrong with my mouse here? Nothing. Cora, thanks for the high raid. Alright. How I'm gonna fix my problem. Since our pieces are trapezoids, and it's going to mess up our seam, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put the leggy bit on, right? And it's probably just gonna be like a big trapezoid mess, right? A weird trapezoid mess with the seam probably going that way. Let me check. I put on my flamingo leggings. Doesn't matter which way this goes on the leggy, as long as it goes on the leggy. Actually, I don't think I really need to do anything to it. I think it's perfect. Accidentally. Probably because I'm fat. But what my plan was, is if the seam was to one side, I would pinch in this side. So we have like the front of the leg here. You know, got our toes. And you would pinch in one part of it at the front to create a dart, and that would bring the seam forward. Well, in this case you would do it from the bottom, so you pinch in it and you create a dart here, and it would drag the seam forward like this until it was straight. And you'd sort of do the same thing for the back. You would pinch at the top to bring this part forward this way, right? And then I would just quickly sew in those darts, and then take the whole thing just apart, and then I would have the pieces at like the right shape they're supposed to be, right? And then I would have the right shape. But because I am fat, it turns out that the trapezoid was just the right shape, because apparently I am just a tube down there. So I have inadvertently made the pattern right, but otherwise it would be incorrect if I were making tailored pants for myself. I do need to put less of a seam allowance in. A 1/2 inch seam allowance is too tight. I have to see what happens if I crouch wearing this, but the inside seam is straight, the outside seam is straight. It's a little bit loose at the ankle, but I have to be able to get my foot into it too. But also, the plan is the tube, yes. The plan is to have some grommets and lace it up at the bottom. And we have, you know, a little bit at the top here, because that's where I would prefer my lacings to be. And then there'd just be a little bit of opening here, but because I have boots coming in that go up the ankle, I won't have to worry about that, because the pants will just tuck into the boots. And that way I don't have the bow or the tie down here at the ankle where it would get in the way of the boots. Right? You have to think about these things, right? And my pants are going to be very poofy pants. And they're probably going to be a little bit high on the waist, too. But yes, I will have poofy pants that come down to the calves, just below the knees. And they will tie off on the sides. Those are the plans for my pants. And then I have to figure out a new top, because the top I have, like, it works, but I'm not fond of it. It doesn't have a lot of shape or values. It's literally, like, the shirt that I have presently, it's literally shaped like this. with a neck hole in it. and space for the arms. Like, I didn't even cut it. They don't even have the curves for the arms. It's literally just 2 pieces of fabric. It's like a poncho, but it's sewn at the sides. So it does nothing for my figure. As a matter of fact, it's terrible. It's kind of fun how trousers have similar designs in different places at different times. Look, the history of pants is fascinating, man. Like, when they invented pants, it's fascinating. And it was mostly, well, specifically for riding horses. Because before that, everybody just wore skirts, because that was the easiest thing to make. And, like, pant design and, like, the methodology of making different kinds and shapes of pants throughout the ages has been wild and varied. Like, we had like complex weaving before we had trouser design. Apparently hose is a word I have to robes and hose. But not hoe as in like garden hoe, but like stocking hose. Socks hose. But I think it's like H-O-S-E, so it's more like garden hose. It's really confusing. But yeah, we basically had stockings and skirts, and that was it. And then they started riding horses, and they're like, this is really uncomfortable on my junk. Just, you know, basically bare nuts on a saddle. It's just like, They even went with the saddle, so they're like, what if I close the skirt and have something that protected my nuts? And the insides of my thighs, because the chafing, man. It's like, a horse hair isn't exactly soft and fluffy, you know? That's the history of pants in a nutshell. So, yeah. Glad you enjoyed that, Cora. Tunics are fun. I do like tunics. We'll pick Necromancer's favorite companion for knitting. He's got like a little knitting thing going. Yeah. Necromancer's chocolate cinnamon bun spider. But yeah, I'll have to test how this acts when I crouch. I might have to make my seam allowance a little bit smaller. God, I could go for cinnamon bun right now. My waistline doesn't want it, but I do. Are you guys enjoying the co-working today? We'll be back to doing other stuff tomorrow for birthday or whatever. Maybe some paleo. I don't know. Grow stronger legs, Fantasy. You'll need strong legs for conquest. Really strong legs. You're walking like 10 kilometers a day there. And I'm not kidding. If you're struggling with your legs and walking, I recommend getting as much walking in as possible. That's what I'll be doing after stream. I'll be on the walking pad for probably an hour. Put on like a movie or something, or the war news from the weekend, because I missed it all because I was too busy. But yeah, my leg fits in the tube, so that's a good starting point. I need to figure out the rest of the pants pattern. Like, I've got most of it down, but it's kind of shit because I made it really fast. And then I've got to decide what I'm wearing underneath those pants, because like the pants that I just told you about, those are the outer pants. That's just the like surface pants. There's another pant that actually goes underneath it. And I'm debating on whether just getting some black leggings or not. But the problem is Conquest is hot and sweaty and gross and synthetic fabrics suck in those temperatures. I did have some fitted trousers that I designed and blocked out last year that fit me relatively perfectly, but I gained weight since then, and I'm trying desperately to lose it before I go to Conquest in 2 weeks. I think the only way that's going to happen is if I don't eat anything at all after tomorrow. It's not a bad idea. I don't really have much to consume anyways. I do have to use up my cabbage and my peppers. So maybe I'll use those tonight. Get them out of the way, not worry about them. Cabbage doesn't freeze well, peppers are fine. And then I'll fast Conquest. And then eat way too much Conquest. And still lose weight like I did last year. I ate so much last year, and I drank so much, and I still lost weight. So much exercise it was getting. You know, hopefully it won't rain, but I gotta figure out raincoat kind of deal too. Yep. Okay. Back to work. Welcome back, Franz. Just now repairing the main part of the pants with a quick running back stitch so I can do the same thing that I'm already doing, which is put them on, pin them till they fit, then take them apart again and make a pattern from that. I just tied off my thread because I ran out. So I'm just rethreading my needle. Let's go back to the kitchen, shall we? Let's do some cooking. Turn on tasty sizzling noise. I look at the spider. Thanks for the hydrate, Cora. And the posture check and the stretch. Man, I definitely need that. Let me just tie off this thread here so that I don't forget. And then we'll do our little stretch. Everybody unshrimp thine spines. Oh god, my eyes are rolling back in my head. What has happened? See where you make a fake street. Man, I'm gonna have to remember to include extra seam allowance. I don't have a serger, so I have to French seam everything, otherwise it just comes apart. See, I don't bother with making up fake streets and towns that exist. I just make up continents that don't exist. You know, these pants were actually pretty well made for considering how fast I threw them together and cut them out. What is going on here? I hate it when this happens. Just sewing along and your thread decides to knot up somewhere. You can't go back and fix it. Whatever. It doesn't need to be perfect, it just needs to hold. What takes place in and outside the real world? I mean, my book does too. I just made up a whole ass comment. Have I ever thought of writing a book backwards? Yep. Have I tried it? Yeah, sort of. Not totally. Welcome back, Franz. How's everybody's co-working going? Are we getting stuff done? Or are we chillaxing? I've got some patches on my pants that are completely and utterly irreparable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find my iron-on interfacing scraps that I keep. This iron-on interfacing is fuck expensive. So I always keep the scraps. And I'm going to use those scraps to put iron-on interfacing on both sides of the tear and iron it shut as a temporary patch. Because these pants are like well and truly done, so they will not be used again. They will not be worn ever again. And that way I can still use the fabric to make a paper pattern. It will last a lot longer. But until I fix those gaps, I won't be able to continue with my project. I do have a couple of little seams to sew back up. I can definitely tell which ones Seraphina did versus the ones that I did. Because the ones that I did are absolute shit and falling apart. The ones that Seraphina did are holding up well and are really difficult to take apart. The difference between a master sewist and a noob. So, I've got to fix some seams still. I just took off the cuff of the other leg. Because I couldn't use that one. Because it was in really bad condition. But there's some parts where the fabric, like, just tore, like, right in the middle of the fabric because, well, let's face it, bed sheets are not good material for pants. But it's what I had. Because I am poor. I can't afford to go out and buy new fabric. And also, as somebody who's learning how to sew still, I wouldn't dare use new and good fabric for making stuff. And besides, my character last year started with nothing. He didn't have any money. He couldn't even read. Not the language that they use, anyways. Either of the languages. So it was fine if my clothes were scrappy and falling apart. This year, not so much. So, I'm trying to remedy that. Yep. Still cleaning the closet? I thought you were stopping. And what's this pronoun that we gotta bring back? Hein and he? What scene do you want, Quatch? Oh, we'll turn off the cooking. Where do you want to go? Go back to the bay window. We could go to the desk. The bed. Oh, little Spoder has like 4 little Game Boys he's playing all at once. What do you want? Or just anything? We could just, eat quietly. Giveaway box is now full. Plain accusative he, accusative she. Okay. No more cooking sounds? Okay. Well, let's eat something. And eventually I'll have to go make lunch. I'm just gonna, like, guess the 5 minutes. Hin. Hein, like thine. Hein. Okay. I don't know, I think we should just do away with pronouns altogether. Just they, them. No more gendered bullshit. Gender's dumb. Just gonna tie off this loose thread here from my terrible stitching from last year. If I can tie a goddamn knot. Apparently, I don't know how to tie knots. Ah! Wow, that didn't work at all. Ah! Tiny thread ends. Evil. Close enough. Good enough. Seraphina's thread that she gave me last year is like super thick. You're reconstructing a plush pattern by staring it down? Nice. Good luck with that. Have you eaten yet, Fantasy? Because if you haven't eaten, you'll be low on energy and you'll feel like crap. So make sure you eat, make sure you rest, get some water. Yeah. That's why I mentioned food. Poor Kvatch is getting angry about the food. Stop talking about it. Poor Kvatch is gonna starve. It's just humid and hot here? Yeah, well, it's humid and hot here too. I have air conditioning at least, thank God. What is our temperature today? Shall we find out? Oh, we have a heat warning. Again. Lake Erie hits bathtub water status. And it's barely mid-July. Oh, we're fucked. Planet's so fucked, guys. Yay, we're all gonna die! Humid hot, fire smoke warning. Yeah, we've got the fire smoke warning too. It's like, I opened the door earlier because the cats were all like hanging out like close to the front door. And I was like, what the hell? So is something out there or somebody out there? And I opened the door and it's just like this waft of smoke smell. Because they only exchange the air in the hallways with the outside air, so it's just smoky in the hallways. Getting warm is what it does. Yeah, but it's like too warm. It's too warm for what it's supposed to be. It's 27, feels like 32. Our high today is 36 with the Humidex, so that's not as bad as it's been. Let's see. Daytime highs of 31 to 35 degrees and a Humidex of 37 to 42. Yeesh. Continuing through to Thursday night. Fun. I was supposed to get thunderstorms on my birthday. I wonder if that changed. Nope. Well, yep, it changed. No thunderstorms for me tomorrow. Sad. Meh. It's always the one thing I hope for on my birthday is like some vicious, terrifying thunderstorm. I always hope for that. The kind with the thunder that rattles your bones and your insides. That's what I always hope for on my birthday. The kind of scary weather that you're like, oh shit, we're gonna die, but you're perfectly safe. Yeah. So what's tomorrow gonna be like then? What's tomorrow's high? 32 feels like 38. Maybe we'll postpone my birthday dinner. I don't want to go outside, Matt. Why is my birthday in the middle of the summer? I hate summer so much. Right, today's meta, we haven't done that yet. Well, you know what, it's break time right now, so... I mean, break time's way over, but... What's today's meta? wonder if I have the ingredients to make. Dumplings. Mesosaurus gracilineus. Brasiliensis. There we go. I struggled with that one a little bit. Let us search! 'Tis long crocodile. He's a long boy. We shall bring up the art window. Create new from clipboard. He's a long boy. Tell us about our Mesosaurus. It's not a crocodilian. Also, it's a lizardy. Like everything was at that time. He's kind of more salamander-like. It's the tail. Newt salamander. Tell us about our beast today, Conk. Cora is just impossible to please. Measure around 3 feet long. Name meant the middle lizard because it evolved into many different kinds of animals. It was exclusively a fish eater. Well then. Good taste. Fish is tasty. Or can be. Still taller than Captain? Nah! I'll tell him you said that. Spinosaurus Egypticus didn't fit the theme of the meta, so I couldn't use it. It'll probably come up eventually. What exactly is the theme that we're going with? I'm not well versed enough in prehistoric creatures to really know. Pre-Mesozoic aquatic animals. It's a good meta. FRT probably approves. And what is happening here with my stitches? That's better. Alright. We shall go back to work now. Good luck. Welcome back, friends, to the land of distraction. I think Saya's awake. There's cats staring at her door. It's usually an indicator. Yep. Yep. The door just opened and the cats entered immediately. Hey, Sai. I'm going down the funniest rabbit hole on Pinterest. That was a spooky photo you shared. I liked it. I wish it was higher res. I'm just removing the ties from the sides of the pants because they weren't effective anyways. I might as well save these little ties because they're pretty good quality. And if I can figure out how to use them, I'll use them again. Because they're just like 7 or 8 inches long. Came off an apron from the grocery store where my brother used to work. I didn't want the aprons back, so they were given to me for scrap material. The material they're made of is actually pretty good, so maybe I'll hunt them down out of my stash and use them for something. Pinterest is a dangerous place because I can spend like fucking days trapped in Pinterest rabbit holes. Hate it. You go there, you search for one thing, and next thing you know, you're on like 3 subjects deep at a tangent. There we go. Ties are removed. Set those to the side. We've sewn up the tear in the waistband. The waistband itself needs definitely need interfacing later. And now it's just fixing those tears. There's one tear, it's like 14 inches long in the side of the pant, but it's like next to the seam, so it's like the fabric itself just ripped to shreds. That's the danger of cotton. Mathis. Hi, buddy. Hi, Momers. Whoa, 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 whoa. It's got me wanting to break out a camera and paint a dinosaur into some pictures. Nice. Hey, Momers. You totally should. That sounds awesome. Ah! Thanks for the hydrate and the posture check. And also for the hydrate and posture check from Neff earlier. And the stretch. I don't think I have many stretches left in me, guys. But unshrimp thine spines, if you will, if necessary. Let's give the scene a little change. We'll go back to the bay window. Just do some chilling. We'll bring out a little waxolotl dude. I think waxolotl with chocolate sprinkles or vanilla sprinkles. You'd have the black waxolotl or the Raphael waxolotl. There's only the red one. They need the other colors too. I don't know, kind of like the chocolate sprinkles one. And there's one without this. It's just got flour. let's go with the chocolate sprinkles one. Makes me want donuts. Oh, look at me now. Oh, bless him. Bless his little waxolotl heart. Alright, I'm gonna go find my, my interfacing scraps and select some and fix up these tears in the fabric. Then hopefully we'll be able to make new pants this week. Welcome back, Franz. Thanks for the hydrate. Sai has closed her door again. My interfacing trick worked. Hi, Revy. Wow, you looked so much like Velcro there. It was wild. And we're brothers after all. Just a little bit of a seam that I need to fix here. It's not perfect, but I definitely kind of fucked it up a little bit. That's alright. Hey, it's good to take a break if you need one, Fantasy. River baby, what are you doing? You're being a nuisance. Up to no good. Mischievous kitten. Trying to get my thread tied off here. I'm definitely gonna have to account for the change in the fabric, but I think this side of the pant itself is totally trashed. Evan is on. Yay, Evan's back. That's my thread put away. The pants are whole again, sort of. They certainly have holes in them. Definitely this half the pattern is complete garbage, but the other half is good still. I think I might actually end things here for today because I'm getting a headache. They're painting the hallways and that's all I can smell. It was smoky earlier and now it's just paint fumes. It is gross. And I'm gonna need size help with pinning these pants in a way so that they fit too. Yeah, I hope so too, but not likely. The paint stinks. You know how like some paint smells okay? This stuff it just smells bad. Like it smells sour. At first I thought it was my iron. I was like, oh, suddenly it like smells pretty strong in here of chemicals and stuff. Is my cotton not cotton like the label says it is? am I actually burning the fabric? No, it's the paint. It is definitely the paint. So. Was hell Freyondus. Yep. So we shall. Do we want to raid Evan? Is Evan good for raiding? There's no Zealgrim today either. I guess we're raiding Evan. We shall raid Evan. We're off sailing to other waters. Everybody, thank you for joining me today. I have lots to do to set up for tomorrow. Hopefully I can get the things working that I want working. And, yeah, I'll see you next time. Thank you for all of your support, KGB and Necromancer, for all of the gifted subs that you guys always give. But with that, I love you all. Bye-bye.